We just got to put our best foot forward, Adam, and put it in front of the next one and take that next step and move on.
That's right. Wipe this slate clean.
This is me wiping the slate clean, and I sure hope it didn't stop the cell phone recording.
What?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, man.
We're still ironing some stuff out after last week.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We could do this in our sleep.
In fact, we hope we're asleep by now.
Well, everybody else is. Anyway.
Everybody else is
sleeping.
Fluffing their pillows at the very least right now, if you're not already snoozing. But
brushing their teeth while their loved one says, "Come to bed, honey. I put on Ted and Adam Talk for an hour."
They're talking about something really boring. Get in here now.
I want you to fall asleep at the sink brushing your teeth, babe. Hurry.
Oh, no. Here goes Ted talking about his fantasy football team again. We'll get into it a little bit later.
You bet. I'm excited.
Oh, for my fantasy football talk?
Well, then I get to talk about my fantasy football talk. So
there won't be any listening. Just
waiting to talk.
My fantasy football team talking to your fantasy football team.
Right.
I got avatars now.
Oh, you do? For each of your players?
They score a touchdown.
You're kidding.
We'll get into it.
Well,
but
good for you, dude.
If you haven't gone to sleep already, this is the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast. Back to normal recording. I shouldn't even mention anything because a lot of folks just like to listen and just be, like I said earlier, taking a new step forward.
That's what the listeners
I want
are
to hear
do.
about last week. Last week's let the bygones be bygones.
Now they're definitely going back to listen to last week.
God, it needs some more plays.
We don't need those plays.
We did try something new and tried having a guest, which led to a lot of fun technical difficulties.
First off, we had a great time, okay?
First off,
I made
Jake
everybody dinner.
Path had a great meal.
You ate too. Don't lie. No cap.
I don't have a hat on.
No. No, you know what I mean. Like, that's what the kids.
This dinner's for you.
But we ate. We had a great time. I just thought we weren't going to talk about it.
Did we not talk?
Last week's over. It's a new week.
It's a new dinner today.
We got to go 1-0 this week.
We got to go 1-0 this week.
That's it. One game at a time.
You don't go 1-0 this week by talking about last week.
Yeah, you learn from it.
But we are really grateful for Jake coming in and not only being a guest, but helping us out with some tutorials.
Yeah, we kind of made him do all the...
So if you need...
We're like, how do you do this?
So guests...
Fix our podcast.
Yeah, so folks out there who've been like clamoring to get on as a guest on the Ted and Adam Talk for Our podcast, maybe that'll be just a lesson that you will be put to work and you will have something to do.
That's what you have to have those requirements,
and you'll have a lot of pressure of saving this podcast.
If you want to know, or if you want to be on, you got to know how to run 3 microphones.
You know, like we talked about a couple shows ago, hecklers and defiant listeners of our content promoting the podcast, not even the podcast itself, but just some harsh criticisms of
that was the troll.
The troll. I'm just thinking, Adam, multiplications of trolls.
You're trying to bring up my flub again? She was mad because I turned the audio up too loud, right?
I think she was mad.
That's how I took it.
I think she's mad because there's 2 white men behind microphones. Again. We're deep. We have depth.
Dude, we could have our own cereal. You see those guys?
What 2 cereals we putting together? King Vitamin and...
They only put 2 of them?
That's right, Adam. That's a good thinking. The world is ours. We could. It's limitless. It's Bradley Cooper and Limitless.
So what you were going for is name the generic cereals because we're poor.
Yeah, let's go down to the bottom floor. Let's get our waddle on.
Let's get a bag.
Let's walk like a duck. What was that commercial? Remember that commercial?
Is that in a box? Put it back.
Yeah.
You know
Not
we
even-
can't afford a box of cereal.
Whoa, there's a guy on the front with a name?
Hey, he
that
looks
makes sense.
familiar. Get him out of here.
Go get Sir Crunch-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Not this captain guy.
Nippo the clown.
King Vitamin was that was a name brand though.
Yeah, that was.
That was a cereal you can like put in milk and walk away and come back and it still had that crunch for you.
King Vitamin. You think
Remember that?
Captain
Look that
Crunch?
up right now.
You're thinking of a
That's-
different cereal.
No, King Vitamin made my heart swell. You know what another favorite of mine was, and you got me talking cereal, Adam. Here we go.
Again.
Two white guys talking cereal with white milk. Jeez, Adam, why are you always bringing up white guy stuff?
Man, that's
Being
you.
a white guy and everything.
Why am I
Please
doing
tell me
this?
King.
I gotta work on my posture.
Please tell me King Vitamin's real and it's not fake.
Actually,
A figment of my imagination.
what's that thing where you got the double, parallel
Entendre?
universes?
Double entendre. Double
The Bear
entendre.
Stein Bears. That one.
The Mandela, in fact.
Yeah.
Like, what's the Mandela part? People thinking that he didn't go to
He's
jail or
dead.
something.
He's alive. Something.
Well, he's certainly dead now. R.I.P. Nelson.
King Vitamin is a American
Delicious.
brand of breakfast cereal by Quaker Oats.
Quaker Oats, name brand,
It was
not generic.
introduced in 1968
There you go.
and discontinued in 2019.
Oh, man, we had it that long? We had King Vitamin around?
You guys didn't.
It's a damn shame. Gone too soon. R.I.P. King Vitamin.
You didn't buy enough.
We're like, hear he. This is the last box of King Vitamin cereal on this day in 2019.
So it had a modest amount of sugar, it says here, according to the King Vitamin.
I don't remember
Wikipedia.
it being that sugary.
Well, it was like half the sugar is what I'm trying to say.
Here's the
Like
question,
Captain
Adam.
Crunch or Lucky Charms,
Did it have-
for example.
Any vitamins in it?
It had iron
Oh.
because they used a spoon to stir it up.
Spoon. Oh, man.
Oh, where were we? Oh, hey, it's us, Ted and Adam.
We're talking on a podcast. We don't have a guest this week. Boring. Keep them asleep. Yeah, that was an event that was like none other. Hopefully, we can have more guests. Maybe more guests will want to come on and
Well, I
help
could
us
add-
save
I
the
could-
podcast.
Totally get some guests. We just gotta
Can't just be no geek off the street.
be handy with your steel. Know what I mean? Earn your keep. Podcast guests, mount up.
Hey, I heard Ted and Adam talk for an hour. Feed you before your podcast.
Oh, yeah, they
Jake's
went-
over there talking to all his comedy friends.
That's
all
right.
his literally starving comedy friends.
That's right.
You don't even have to like them.
Yeah.
They'll feed you, dude.
Oh yeah.
They'll treat you right.
At least you get a free meal out of it.
But we
Bro.
do, tech diffs, guest. Who knows what the reason is, but we are kind of. What happened?
No, I think I spilled a
Oh,
little.
we did. We delayed the. I think everybody's kind of out of order here because
What?
our whole process. We didn't drop until Thursday with the sode last week.
We were gonna drop this and clean slate. I thought we were gonna not talk about this.
I forgot already.
We brought it up again. You're really harping on it.
Well, yeah.
Well, there was
Yeah, you're right.
no one would even know what
Hold
we're
on,
talking
I gotta
about.
do something here for a second. I'm grateful. I am positive. I am going to have a good podcast tonight.
Take your time.
Um,
Keep going.
I'm Ted
Yeah.
of the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast.
That's right. And what else?
And I love talking to my brother on recording nights.
Darn right you do. And what else?
Even when I've had most difficult time at my secondary job,
Yeah.
I can come here knowing I'll have some meat in a bag and feel better talking to my bro on a podcast.
That's right.
And I am strong.
Hell yeah. Fight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry.
I'm awake.
I got
Yikes.
I got caught up.
Oh, man. Yeah, just some affirmations, just getting into it. And
That's nice. Yeah.
that is nice. Moving forward.
This is not the same thing at all, but I was waiting in the pickup line at school today.
Oh, boy. We've all been there before, huh, folks?
Tell me.
TNAers.
Tell me about it. So I'm waiting, and you got to get there early and da-da-da-da-da. And so I'm sitting behind this minivan for a long time,
Long time.
15 minutes maybe. And they've got all the bumper stickers, and I've seen it before, because it's the same people picking up, dropping off.
Sure.
And on
Probably get there at the same time.
well, yeah,
Often.
happens, school. So the stickers on the back window of this minivan, not what you'd expect, okay?
Okay.
And it's one of these cars, and I know you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's like several bitch references on the bumper stickers, like
I think I sent you
there's
one
a
of these.
bitch on board.
Watch out, caution, bitch on board.
I am embarrassed
Uninhibited.
because there's a bitch in here, so watch out.
She's picking up her kid in this car. Maybe it's the nannies.
I don't, whatever. The kids can hear bitch or whatever, but I just think it's really funny to be like,
Who's got...
this is perfect for me. Put this on my car. This one said something about...
Who's got an attitude and two thumbs? This bitch.
I swear it was a Disney theme. I can't remember exactly, but somehow Disney
Little Red Riding Bitch.
was in there. Red Riding Bitch?
That's not even a Disney thing. Listen,
Yeah.
I think that's great, moms. How about mom bitch? Hey, I'm that mom bitch.
You're following too close.
This bitch will get out and tell you to back off,
That's right.
bitch. There's only one bitch who can drive this car.
And I just...
I'll back this bitch up. Get too close to me, my bumper.
That's what she's thinking. She's like looking in her rear view like, is he reading it? That's right.
You're looking at probably all backwards and shit.
Yeah.
Like the ambulance.
But I forget
When
how
she pulls
that...
up on someone looking behind her. Ah.
I forget how that relates to your thing, but, it did happen to me today.
Well, maybe she's in the mirror like, listen, bitch, you're going to have the best day ever.
Yeah.
You stupid bitch. And if you don't, it's your fault. You dumb bitch. That just feels weird saying multiple times. I'm sorry, TNA Nation, you had to
Yeah,
hear that.
and it's past our limit. We can't post this now as a child's video like I usually do.
Hello, children.
30, they let
It's
you get away
the
with.
Ted Adam Talk for an Hour podcast.
31, you're done.
You're done, son. Oh, golly, man. What a day, dude. I am zonked out.
It's been a long one for you, I think.
Well, it all had a nice weekend trip to Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yes, I have. It is.
Real easy to get there. 35 north,
That's
straight
it.
up.
Just go. Go
They
straight.
might have some different road signs eventually that have 35 north with an E on it. What the hell? It loops around somewhere or whatnot.
What? 35 north with an E on it.
East. You know how 435 makes a big loop around Kansas City?
Okay.
The same thing for 35 in Minneapolis.
35 highway, they don't give a number in front of it?
It's 35, but then it says I guess it goes east and west while in town. Anyway, I guess you just have to go there to understand.
Okay.
It's a Minneapolis. It's a Twin City thing.
Oh, there's two cities. Okay, go on.
One's St. Paul and one's Minneapolis. I thought maybe you knew this or not, but maybe if you took a road trip
I did
there,
know that.
you'd find out.
Okay.
Anyway, Kate and I did that. We drove
Twin
right after
Cities.
school on Thursday and just, really packed it in.
You had a lot of stuff in the car?
Well, yeah, Kate's an entrepreneur and any, finding someone who would repurpose anything or make good use of it
Oh, you guys are
and maybe make some money out of it.
You're doing like American Pickers?
Well, her grandma had kind of, well, not really, but all Facebook Marketplace.
Can I
Do
be
the American Pickers do that now?
Can I be the little shop boy who sits back and says,
Calls back?
I got a lead?
What are you, the Danielle of
Yeah. American Pickers?
American Pickers?
There's a guy. He's got all his stuff. He wants you to look at it.
He's got a lot of shit.
This sounds good.
Well, Kate's grandma had like a bunch of crafting, books.
Okay. I'm following.
You are?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, remember, I'm not sure our grandmother did this, but I mean, they're like all by design, crafts. You kind of go through and you're you follow directions and put them together and the like. And there's some painting instructions, almost like paint by the numbers, but maybe not. Maybe
Yeah. Remember
just crafty things.
needlepoint?
Maybe some needlepoint stuff in there.
I don't know. I can't think of
Maybe
it.
some crocheting.
Okay, so
Crocheting?
wait a minute. I don't think it's
Wait a minute.
crocheting. But so there was someone who wanted to buy this from her, and she was taking
So
it on
Kate
the
puts
road?
it out in the ether. Someone said, "Hey, I'm over here in Minnesota."
Oh my God.
And at first, this woman wanted Kate to ship it all. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna come making a trip
No way.
in September.
I'll just hand deliver it.
I'll just hand deliver it." And that's what we did.
That's why you
Our
guys
first voyage into Minneapolis or into Minnesota. They were on the outskirts of, the Twin Cities. But this woman, Kate set this all up, and we're gonna drop all this.
the stranger.
It's a
yeah.
car full. My Focus was loaded up with all these books and other art supplies and different things like that.
Wow.
But pretty much saved Kate or this woman. Kate saved this woman a small fortune.
So now it's like shipping wars. You ever watch that
Now
one?
we're kind of into shipping wars, but it's for the long play. Because this was months ago. They organized, dropping this stuff off.
Uh-huh.
If you can wait till September, it'll be up. We'll drop the stuff off. Bada bing, bada boom. But here's the best part, Adam. Debbie, whatever her name was, that bought this stuff from Kate. She was at an arts and crafts fair and wasn't even in town. So she gets her neighbor / partner, who knows, what's going on there. Gary and Debbie, what they're up to. And, living in Minnesota, that's none of anybody's business.
It's not my business.
I'm going to stay out of it.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want. But Gary is now the point man, and we got to talk to Gary. We got to wake up Gary because we're coming in kind of late. It's, the school
You guys
night.
love talking to old people.
But Gary is down for the cause, man. He's like, I got to make sure Debbie gets all these art supplies. And we're just helping him get all these boxes of stuff into this house at
He doesn't live in?
10 o'clock. Yeah. But he's watching dogs. I mean, there's dogs barking at us as we're loading this house
do you
up
ever
with.
worry that maybe those people are freaks?
It's Minnesota, man.
Minnesota.
Everybody's really nice.
Nothing bad happens out there.
Nothing bad happens in Minnesota.
Fargo. Wait, that was in Minnesota.
Fargo, Minnesota. Love that movie.
Am I wrong?
Don't you know?
Yeah.
That's how the trip started. So we had a lot more room right after we got there. And we should have. What was the question? Why did I even get into that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But we stayed at a nice Airbnb.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
An Airbnb.
Was there any
We just.
cameras?
Well, first of all, we're going for a conference. It's piloting female. And then the 99s. Pew pew. There was a big conference there. Female pilots galore from around the country. All meeting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I got to tag along for
the. How many times did you say Minnesota when you're up there?
I try not to a lot.
You don't want to insult them?
Well, if you go back to the spring time on the show, I'm sure I talked about when Kate had to host this thing when it was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of folks there because I helped some of the 49ers, the male or the partners of the 99ers.
So you met up with your boys?
Hey, my boys. No. This is kind of the sad part about getting older, Adam.
They all died?
No. Well, no.
I'm sorry. If I'd known, I wouldn't have asked.
One of my friends, Ken, former pilot, he didn't make it. He had to sell his parents' home. Kind of, sad stuff, So we missed Ken this weekend.
Maybe you and
but
Ken
my
can
friend Bill,
get to Vegas or something.
My friend Bill, kind
Bill.
of, I thought we hit it off in Kansas City. Bill and Ted, I thought we had that connection. I helped him get to the TWA museum.
How old's this guy? Real quick.
70s. 74. But I see Bill, like I'm just looking for a friendly face, I'm with Kate.
Bill, how's it
There's
going?
like all these folks that
no recollection.
I made eye contact with him, try to give him a moment. Nothing.
You're
Nothing at all.
kidding.
And so there's different events.
Bill had a
you're
stroke.
checking. Okay, let me get to this. Okay, this. So you're like checking in at the hotel to get your, your little grab bag, and I saw, I didn't know if he'd remember me or want to talk, whatever. Makes eye contact, nothing. But then you're still with these people throughout the weekend, and you see them in different events and different passing and goings, and so then I'm thinking maybe just needs a little refresher. Oh yeah, that's Ted. That's the guy that showed me around. It was cool. He had a really cool Focus, white Focus.
Hey, he didn't remember. He was drunk.
Well then,
he was
we're in the
blackout
elevator.
drunk in
There's
Kansas
there's a
City.
hospitality room. This group did it right. So this Minnesota group
It's a buffet.
is it's a smorgasbord, dude. They had all the meats, and all the Minnesota people are making scones and cookies and brownies.
Wow.
And we're just in there, after a road trip. We're just in there, man. And it's like in a hotel room. So like all these women and their partners and 49ers or
46 and a half or
40,
something.
49 or 48 and a half. It's a wild time, man. They just know how to eat and grub and have fun and talk about piloting.
That sounds like a good time.
Ain't nothing but a good time.
How long did it take you to get there?
Well, because we did the whole, the drop off. It was a little bit longer out of the way, I think, but not too bad. But 6 hours, 6.5.
Gary only kept you kidnapped for how long
Gary
now?
barely said 3 words to me, and
Gary said, "Hey,
kept
you
it
want to walk these
respectful.
dogs for me?
no, he said, "Shut up."
I'll wear your skin later. I mean, I'll."
You got it, Gare? Gare, don't drop this. But where was then?
You're in Minnesota, and
Oh yeah, so Bill, we get on an elevator together.
oh my God, who's worse? Who
And
will
I'm like,
remember?
all
You?
right, hey folks, what floor are we getting on? Everybody's like 3, 2, 4, and then Bill's wife's on there, and she says the floor 4.
Uh-huh.
And I look at Bill,
Yeah.
and he gives me the sign for thank you. I thought he was mute.
Oh no.
Maybe he did have a stroke,
Oh.
like you mentioned, Adam.
Fuck, dude.
So then I'm like,
But he can
yeah,
still
that's
hear.
how I felt. I was like, well, now I can't talk to Bill because, maybe he can't talk back. And then what do you say? I barely knew him. I just met him. Of course he's not going to say hi to me, right? I feel like I'm such a jerk.
Bill, it's me, Ted. Why are you being such an asshole?
Then we got to the banquet, the final dinner, the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Bill talking up a storm behind my back.
What a roller coaster you just put us on.
So was he like acting like he had a stroke so he didn't have to talk to me?
Probably.
Hey, the other funny part is I was kind of like shunned by the big group right at the get-go because we were going on the Mississippi. Yeah, it was the land of 10,000 lakes. Heard that was a lie. Here it's more like 13,000 lakes, not 10,000. So there's more. So that's a lie. That's a fact check. Also heard. Anyway, so we go down there, and the conference. You got to have something for all the people to do. There's a cruise, like a boat and dinner cruise. Get you on a boat on the Mississippi.
Okay.
Not a lake, Mississippi River. What the heck?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, great time. We get on the boat. We're, beautiful weather. Gorgeous. Sailing down the Mississippi, the Mighty Miss.
It's not a sailboat, right?
It had a motor, probably. Yeah, you're right.
Did it have a giant sail?
We were like, oh my gosh.
Is it a steamboat? Was it a riverboat?
But what? Okay, it was a riverboat. Yeah, probably a riverboat. Had to be a riverboat because it was a boat in the river, right?
I'd say so.
So we're all like, when you're dealing with large groups, Adam, you realize everything's early to make sure everybody gets there on time, right? So basically, everybody took a caravan. We had to follow a caravan multiple times this weekend. And it's because no one can get lost. We got to stay together. Bop, 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 beep.
Gumball rally.
So we got there incredibly too early before they boarded this boat, this riverboat. And of course, we had to do pictures. And being that I'm not a member in this club, I was taking some pictures. But then Kate gave me her phone, and it went locked on me, And I was like,
oh my God.
The other person that was, ordered to take pictures was going, and she was all done. And then they saw me like, oh wait, he's got a camera. Hold on.
Hang on, Ted's gonna
and
take some pictures. I was like, now.
Literally, because I have an older iPhone. I was like trying to open her phone without without the punching in the code, because you have to let the Face ID fail before you can put the
oh my God
her number in there. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I do this at Kauffman Stadium all the time. I don't know.
Just pretend to take pictures.
I should have done that. No, I just made them wait. They're just like, come on, Ted, because everybody has a name tag. They have this lanyard. And of course, I have Ted in all caps, and everybody can see it from there. Oh, come on, Ted.
So then you have to run the phone up to her here, babe.
No, I finally just these people are just going to have to wait. And they're staring at the sun.
It's hot out here, Ted.
Anyway.
Take the goddamn picture.
By the time, I'm sure Bill maybe was sick of me by the time we got in that elevator.
Oh, so that happened before the elevator?
Yeah, that was right off the bat. Dude. Maybe that's...
that totally explains it.
Probably.
No mystery there.
The only mystery is what's in that can there you got there, Adam. You want to talk... this is great, folks. If you haven't heard, Beetlejuice has a sequel out. It's called Beetlejuice. They've done a lot of advertising everywhere in the market, and they've actually bought some advertising here on the 10 Adam Talk for an Hour podcast. And Adam's got the honor of trying the new Fanta flavor Beetlejuice. Adam, how is it? Looks bright yellow.
They have several flavors.
Oh, that's exciting.
This one has Beetlejuice on the can, and the flavor is Haunted Apple.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
It's a
Thanks to our friend from Fanta.
It's a spiced apple soda, and it's not great.
Excuse us. Adam, remember, this is...
I mean, it's like syrup, and you can't stop drinking it.
Syrup. Yeah, that's...
But it's kind of like... I don't know, lick like candied apple.
Oh,
You want to try it?
the holidays are coming up.
You want to drink the
I'm
rest of
not
it?
drinking after you.
Is that still going?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
We have no hiccups here.
0 hiccups.
Zero
Except
hiccups.
several after I drink this.
Hey-o.
Do your Beetlejuice again. That was funny.
Hey,
We shop at the same store.
hey, hey, Lydia. What was, Adam?
You be Beetlejuice
What was
the rest of the sun.
Whoa, what was Gina Davis's character's name in that?
Um,
So, Adam, have you seen the new Beetlejuice? I
Not
lost
yet.
it. Lost it. Fuck. I lost it.
Beetlejuice would never say fuck.
Well, let's keep it PG-13. We gotta have all the butts we can get in that
He said
seat.
shit and he said ass, I think.
Big ones.
Different movie. Do you
Oh.
remember when he's like,
Think about it.
he grabs
Stanford's
his
its
crotch?
Think about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they got 50 billion times. What's that little rant he does?
Every time you say it. Yeah.
Anyway, they're back. Tim Burton's back, but they are doing a lot of ads.
Barbara.
Barbara. They're,
And Adam was Adam.
Adam.
And it was Alec Baldwin.
Alec was Adam.
What happened to his head? Have you seen him?
What do you mean it got bigger?
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Are you for real, dude?
Alec Baldwin?
Do you remember when he was in Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
It's like a different guy.
Well, sure. Like, what happened to his head mentally or, like, physically?
Probably both.
Probably both. What time? That movie was back, what,
That's him, dude.
88?
Yeah.
Adam's showing me a picture of the Beetlejuice poster with Alec Baldwin head.
What
It's a
happened,
cartoon, Adam.
what happened to his head, dude?
It's cut off.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to scare that family. Anyway, I keep getting reviews from, I got reviews from all my sloppy boy friends I met at that Sloppy Boys
Your sloppy boyfriends?
concert. But then I'm realizing all these guys are younger than I am.
You're getting reviews from him?
They posted something. We're friends on the Instagram, and they were like, "Oh, great movie! It's a great sequel." And I was like, "Oh, great! This is good to hear."
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it for a minute. I was like, well,
How do these people know?
"I can't take a critique from a younger generation, man."
Just because they didn't see the
They
first
got,
one?
well, they're probably little babies.
But
And they probably saw the first one when they were kids or something, or when they were adults. Or maybe
You
only
think
seen
so?
bits and pieces. Maybe they're just Harry Belafonte fans. You know they're doing a scene like that.
Jump in the line.
Well, and as we all know from being huge Beetlejuice fans, that the dad, Lydia's dad, the family,
Yeah.
the Dietz,
They didn't ask him back, I don't think.
no, because he's
Kid toucher.
he does something.
He got in trouble.
He got in trouble. He got a kid too.
That's one of my favorite little factoids.
But anyway,
it really
they-
ruins everybody's night. Like
I've
what?
seen things where he is mentioned in the film, and people don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, the real Beetlejuice fans are like, "Oh, it's in a good way," and like they're, I don't know.
Just say it, man.
Well, I mean, they're like saying that he, I don't know, they're making references of him.
His name's Jeffrey Jones.
What a creep. Anyway, do your research on him if you guys want to talk about it. And maybe make your own podcast. But I'm not talking about Jeffrey Jones and his behavior while not being Ferris Bueller's principal or...
I don't even want to say what happened.
Yeah.
We did this before, Ted. Thanks
yeah,
a lot,
we do
man.
this.
Focusing on
All right.
this
Let's go ahead and...
negative
let's go
bull
ahead and,
stuff. There, I said
Adam,
it.
Go ahead and let's close our eyes.
We're gonna close our eyes. You sure?
Yeah, we're going to go to sleep.
Okay. What if the mics fall off while we have our eyes closed?
We're positive,
Huh?
and we're positive that the mics are not going to fall off because
Oh.
Adam, you set this studio up to the best of your ability, and if the mics fall, so let the mics fall where they may. And may it be somewhere great where no echoes are found. And if so, it just sounds like everybody's at a big rock concert. And it sounds like we're really popular.
Rocking.
And it feels so good to have our eyes closed right now, doesn't it?
Oh, I was awake. I was on the computer again.
Oh, shit. I, on the other hand, can't open my eyes.
Wake him up, Ted. I know it's been a long day, but hang in there.
Yep.
Hang in there, bud. I got a couple more things to depress you. Did you hear about Dave Grohl?
This is a sad story.
Do you know it? I haven't heard.
I got another confession to make.
Oh, Jesus. Another one.
If you haven't heard, and you got some office friends around the water cooler. So how's this come about? Dave Grohl, everybody's favorite rock and roll star.
Mm-hmm.
And good guy. Everybody loves Dave Grohl, right?
I think he's pretty popular, sure.
There goes my hero, Dave Grohl.
I don't think he wrote that about himself, but
He does some cool stuff. He,
he seems like a pretty nice
when
guy.
the Westboro Baptist Church boycotts, he plays.
He rocks their faces off.
Yeah, he does fun things with them. And what else does he do, Adam? He brings children on stage and has them rock out with him, whether on the guitar or the drums.
I've seen that.
What else does he do, Adam? He's such a great guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be a new dad.
Yep.
I'm sure his wife and family are ecstatic about the new addition.
Shocking.
Well,
It's more like it.
TNA salutes Dave Grohl.
Congratulations,
for being a
Dave.
new dad.
So way to go, dude.
Way to go, Dave. What's that?
It's outside of his marriage.
Outside of his marriage, he's having a child.
I don't think we can critique this. I just want to know if you'd heard that story, because
I have, and I saw the Notes app post, having, the perfect, hey, respect our privacy. I'm having children outside my marriage.
trying to have children outside my marriage over here.
It's a big deal, but really, I'm a rock star.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to be a rock star. I saw a lot of...
Wait a minute. Is it just this kid's just now being born, or is this kid like an old kid? Like, surprise, I got an old-ass kid.
I got another confession to make.
Does it make a difference to you?
No.
If it's like, oh, yeah, hey, it turns out I got a daughter. She's 25 or something, and the wife's like, oh,
She
well.
still kept... Yeah, but they've been together 30 years or something?
I know. But just if it was it was a long time ago, does that make it better?
Maybe. I guess it's every couple's different. That's what Ted and Adam are talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm really still
It's
reading about
happening
this
right now.
Dave Grohl thing.
I'm bummed for him. I saw a lot of chatter online like, oh my gosh, at least we still have Keanu. Keanu's still a good dude.
Oh, don't ruin him now. Come on.
Oh my gosh, he is laying everybody down in
He's-
Canada.
He is?
Oh yeah, there's little Keanu Juniors everywhere.
Oh, I get it.
Outside my marriage. Outside my marriage.
Yes. Isn't that great?
Here's another little Keanu
That's funny.
coming your way.
Keanu, another one. Point Break.
Neo.
Do another.
John Wick. Ted. Don't forget Ted. Anyway. Congratulations to Dave Grohl.
Yeah, bud.
It is currently happening though, right?
What is it? What do you mean it's currently happening?
The baby. It's not the 25-year-old thing.
I don't think he elaborates. I just say, hey, I got a kid. Don't ask anybody about it. I was the first one to tell you about it. Boom.
This
bam.
news comes from me. You might hear a couple different things going over the things about on the TMZs.
And I approve of this message.
Disregard it.
Say forget about it.
Forget about it's under trademark.
Yeah, we can't
copyright.
do that. Yeah. Good idea. Don't do that.
Disregard it.
Can we talk about football now?
All right. We've got through a couple, 3/4 of the show. Let's get into some
give ourselves a
football. Do you want to start with collegiate?
No, I was misleading.
You want
was
to talk
it?
about soccer?
Was that something down here? Should we be concerned?
Was that something? It's probably those chinchillas getting out.
Better not be.
They better not be.
Okay. Stay in there. Is she over there?
Could you imagine?
No.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Continue recording.
Okay, we're going.
Okay.
What do you want to start? I was going to talk about... We haven't seen each other, so...
We haven't seen each other. I just got into town. Bill was pissing me off all weekend. Looking forward, yes. Had a great time.
But you couldn't even hear the game, could you? Chiefs game?
So I kind of planned for this, and my vehicle is satellite radio compatible, and I knew I was taking this trip, and I call up the money takers at XM satellite radio. XM Sirius satellite radio, Sirius XM satellite radio.
Remember?
They merged. I was way back. I was with XM when they started.
Wow, that really dates you.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, internet radio or satellite radio? Oh my gosh. They're going to be cursing up a storm. I've got to get on the front lines of that.
I kind of have my ear holes on that.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear the F word.
Yeah.
The following letters after that. Ugh. So I got a free trial for this trip on the long drive.
Yes.
So,
It ran out in the third quarter.
no. We actually on Sunday went to the Twins game. And Adam, before we get into this is football related, but
What?
the Twins game started at noon, and the NFL football game in Minneapolis, the Vikings versus the San Francisco 49ers,
Yes.
was also at noon.
So...
That would have never happened here in Kansas
Of course
City.
not, because, they're right next
But
to...
they're more blocks away, I guess, and they did it, and it happened.
So they're like right downtown or something?
It's right downtown. It's like 10, not even 10 blocks, but like blocks away.
How's the parking?
I didn't do it necessarily. I mean, we found there's parking like garages, and there's actually one by the Twins. I paid $10 to walk a half mile. So not bad, whatever.
Wow.
You just did it. But they had a Twins were playing baseball. They had a little scoreboard like in their like common area, or like a video like of the football game going on.
Weird.
It was wild, man. So then after the game was after the baseball game, we were driving back to KCMO, and XM Satellite Radio has Sirius XM Satellite Radio has NFL in some capacity, but
Right.
I was hoping it would be the home radio broadcast of the Kansas City Chiefs, of the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunately, the only one I could find,
Because we were playing in GEH
and the only one
field at Arrowhead.
it was the broadcast of the
Bengals.
the way Bengals. The Bengals.
The
Cincinnati Bengals.
That's terrible. So you had to listen to that.
It was a
Not a great game for us. I don't know if you were paying attention.
It was a broadcaster, and it had to be a former player, but it was awful because they were making noises that you would think would be either bad when you hear them because you're listening to your home broadcast.
Right.
So they were making, like, every time they were mad, you had, like,
Yes.
like, okay, what happened? But then this guy, like, I only say he was a former player because he was like, while the play is going on, he's like, oh, like making noise, and sometimes it was good for them, but it was like it sounded bad, which made me like, oh my god, what happened? Like, there was that sack fumble happened.
Yeah, and that was not
They
even
were like,
clear on TV.
yeah, because I've only seen the actual, just the game footage of it. I haven't seen a other replay of it. Like, did they slow it down on the broadcast at all?
Well, that later, after, but during they didn't call that it was a sack or whatever. He's down, and they let it play out. And then when you replayed it, the ball was coming out like between his legs as he went down.
That is
But that's
awesome.
a huge play for us, and
Huge play.
the place just went crazy.
But on their end, you heard like fumble, and he's gonna walk it. He's taking it to the touchdown, a defensive touchdown by the Chiefs.
Awesome.
And so then like the color commentator guy's like, okay, are they gonna let's go to the replay, and he can like tell he's like watching a replay, and they're like not paying attention to what's happening on the field. And like 2 seconds, like, so I'm thinking in my mind, they're in New York looking at it forever. But then all of a sudden, 2 seconds later, it's like, all right, the Chiefs lined up for a 2-point conversion. I'm like, okay, it's a touchdown then.
Yeah.
This guy's like still like in his mind,
Not
like
confirming.
trying to like, okay, it looks like, I was like, yeah, whatever. But then I was there, and of course, Chiefs Bengals game comes down to a last drive, 4th and 16 by the Chiefs. Late call in a game that goes the Chiefs' way.
Uh-huh.
A pass interference. That was pass interference.
Yeah. But usually when it's 4th down, they don't make that call.
They
Don't you
just let
think?
it play it out.
I think
That's
it was
pretty blatantly. I mean, he was there early.
I think they tried too hard to like kind of push it to keep them close and all this shit, and then it gets down to the end like that, and it's like, ugh. And Bengals are always pissed off at us anyway, and they're like, we had a call go the opposite way when we played there, right? Was that last year?
Oh yeah.
Or no, when we played in whatever. I can give you an example. But whatever.
Well, the play before that, it's 4th and 6, and we convert, and it's a flag, and it's on us, on the Chiefs, where it backed us up to
Yes.
4th and 16.
And at that point, I said out loud, we're fucked. And I thought we were. He would have caught that ball had the other guy didn't run up his back.
Well, it all worked out for the best. But and that's, you know what, and to the credit
Everybody's
of credit to the Bengals announcing team, they were like, yeah, oh, that's a penalty. I mean, they were trying to act like it wasn't.
Well, that's good. At least they.
But whatever. It's football. Chiefs are 2-0. We are going through some injuries.
Yeah, dude.
Pacheco's out.
Hollywood's
Hollywood Brown was going to be a new addition, but his bones aren't setting properly. That's awesome.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I was so mad because he got hurt the first catch of preseason.
Right.
He signed a 1-year deal, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And so there's like, oh, hey, he should be back and healed up.
Yeah.
Like week 3 was what everybody was thinking. But I guess the bone, I mean, that's like a clav. I mean, it's like all connected to the sternum, and the heart's involved.
That's a crazy thing.
You gotta be healed up.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
Well, what's crazy is that we kind of survived a long time without terrible injuries.
Right.
They must be doing the strength guy must be.
Well, when you're playing this much football, too,
There are just so many
it's
games.
gonna be It's gonna.
They've had a whole season of postseason. You know what I mean?
They've had a whole season of postseason.
Really. And it leads me to my next topic. Well, it doesn't matter. Did you see Tua?
I was on the road Adam, you kind of broke some news to me in a couple ways. One was the Tua injury, another concussion for him.
Ouch.
But you broke the Hollywood Brown news to me, and every TNA out there right now who has a fantasy team can relate to this one. You know, you're asking your friends and family, who should I keep? Who should I cut? Who should I start? But Adam sends me a text, should I cut Hollywood Brown? And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
he's only going to be out in maybe another week. I haven't heard this news that Adam's about to drop on me.
Yeah.
Like, why would you cut this guy? He's going to be, when he gets playing, he's going to be great. You might as well hold on to him when he's healthy.
I was in the pickup line, and I heard the radio say that he was, it's going to be a while. And then
you
I
just
looked at
assumed
my
that
fantasy little notification came and said, 500,000 people have dropped this guy from their team. What are you doing with him still, you piece of shit? And I was like, what? I wanted to.
let me go to Ted here.
I thought he was going to.
I'm like, keep him. He'll be back next week at the latest.
He'll definitely be back
They're like,
by the
yeah, I
time my
need
season's
surgery.
over.
It's like, what?
Mm.
So thanks for that news.
Who is having knee surgery?
He's having surgery
Oh, he is.
to set that thing straight, but then it takes that much time to heal.
Dude, things happen. You get injured. It's a risk.
Everybody's deals with it.
The players.
Everybody's dealing with it.
Do you think Tua should quit?
Tua's gotta quit. Okay, so for those who don't know, Tua,
Keeps getting his head shaking around every year. And
he's
he
up
had
to
like
5,
three.
right?
He had like 3 in 6 months or something.
There's one where he got concussed, left the game, came back the next week,
Yeah.
and got concussed that next game.
Yes. And it's bad when it happens to him. He is. It's scary.
It's very scary.
But I'm watching that game because that's all I did was sit around and watch football.
Football's back.
And he
He's taking over the show.
takes off to run, and he leads with his head. What are you doing? Stop doing. I said it when it was happening. He's like, no.
And DeMar Hamlin, who almost
Of all people.
who died on a football field.
He
Is
doesn't
the
want to
guy
hurt
him?
him. He's just trying to catch him like, your head, let me catch it. No.
Well, that would throw you down by your neck, you silly boy. Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
man. And they just paid him this big contract, and now you're gonna be like, we're just worried about you, Tua. Why don't you just take that money and get on out of here?
You think they'll suggest that? What do you mean? Ownership?
Well, they probably have some kind of clause.
I don't know, man.
It's wild.
It's definitely going to ruin my fantasy. I'm sorry.
Why don't you pick up Kareem Hunt?
I have Tyreek Hill.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's
Pick
all
up
right.
Kareem Hunt. It sounds like
It's going to be fine.
they're gonna bring
First time I've been good fantasy ever.
What are you, 2-0?
Well, actually, Tyreek Hill had like 6 points last week, but it didn't even have to do with the injury. They were already down by like 3 touchdowns when that happened.
Yeah, they were really.
Oh, and another thing I saw.
Another thing.
While you were in your car, the chain gang and the people on the sidelines, they're getting jacked up.
Does someone have a thing? They got cardiac arrest or something?
In the Ravens game, a guy just fell down. I don't know what happened. Passed out, maybe. Could be heart.
Okay, that's what I heard about.
And so that guy got taken off on the cart. The next game I'm watching, I can't remember. They're running towards the sideline, and he's not like right in the play, but he starts backing up because he's holding like a.
Oh no!
He's holding the marker, and he throws his thing down like he's supposed to, and he trips over one of the little foam triangle things that like gives you the yardage.
Yes.
He backs like over it and falls down. And it's an old guy. And I feel terrible. He hit his head, and so like he's knocked out. And then they finally get him up and they get him out of there. So much camera time on this guy. Wouldn't you be embarrassed enough that you tripped? I mean, the play was over here. He like knocked himself out, and when he comes to, he still thinks like, I survived a big football play when actually he just tripped over this fucking triangle.
He's doing the protocol like, drop your gear, run away from play, but
yeah. And he's all over the
I don't know what
screen.
you're doing on that sideline.
And everybody's taking knees and stuff. They're showing replays. I'm not making it up. They showed the replay of him backing over.
Was it Sunday night football?
I don't remember.
Man, why
it was
don't
during
you keep
the
your
day.
head on a swivel, folks?
I think it was during that day.
These hours just go by way too fast, huh?
Is it over?
Just about.
Well,
just a bit.
I'm not done with football yet. Kareem Hunt, you take him?
So Isaiah Pacheco's hurt. He's going to be out multiple weeks.
You take him back?
Baby, come back. They're seriously thinking about it. I can't believe he's coming in for a visit. By this episode dropping, we could be in line. He could be signed, sealed and delivered.
I don't know. I just don't know. I'm having a survival league.
I'm a survivor.
And I've got eliminated on week 1. So the people in my league were so nice. They let me pay again and get back into the league.
Oh, no.
And guess what happened, Ted?
You lost again?
I was eliminated again.
Eliminate Ted?
I picked... Guess the game I missed.
Everybody
missed it.
You mean the Cardinals versus the Rams?
No.
The Falcons versus the Eagles?
No.
Chiefs Bengals?
No. Why would I pick it? No. In a close game, Chiefs Bengals. You think
Ravens?
I picked the Raiders.
You picked Raiders to
win? Lose. To the Ravens.
I think if you picked the Raiders to win, you would be in that thing still.
That's right, but I'm not. I'm out.
Did
and
a lot
I'm
of
not.
people
I'm
pick
done. Yes. You thought the Raiders were going to go to Baltimore and win?
Well, then a lot of people are out. Are you going to buy back in?
Hell no. Hell no.
That's a bummer, dude.
I don't even...
Yeah, no words.
I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, did you want to shout out P. Diddy? Breaking tonight.
Breaking news. We got some. I mean, I don't even know how to.
Can't think of that song that you were singing earlier.
We ain't going nowhere. Because P. Diddy's going to jail. That's sad, man. Sad.
Is it, Ted?
No, that he got away with this stuff for all these years and he's just now going to jail? Yeah. A lot of sexual crimes, Adam, right?
Isn't it weird when everybody knows that this is going to happen and they wasn't arrested for...
Well, then he, flee the country for a bit.
Was he hiding?
Like he was, yeah, initially. Anyway, I love... Adam, thanks for the...
I really thought that'd be funnier.
The quick pick-me-up.
That?
Remember that? Making the Band, where he made everybody go get him cheesecake?
Yeah.
He's a bad man.
I remember the Dave Chappelle sketch of
Dying
basically
line.
that, yeah. That was great.
Spit hot fire.
So you just going to do your taxes? They're supposed to be not listening to him. What are you doing over there?
Classic.
Oh, snap. Let me finish this off. How did It's gross.
Let me urinate in this can called Fanta.
It is green.
Want the Fanta. Icky hot. Syrupy for perfection.
It's very syrupy. It's like apples that just sat in the candy bowl way too long.
Apples that sat in the candy bowl too long. It's the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast. Too syrupy for their own good.
Our syrup's starting to wear off, and it's time for bed.
It's time to close those eyes shut tight. Say goodnight, and don't forget to write to the show
Oh, that's good.
with your questions and interact. And
The universe is ever expanding and spiraling out of control.
oh, this is good.
And we're getting longer we go, the sun is fading, and one day it'll get darker and colder. And oh, is this not what you wanted me to?
And you'll get a great night's sleep with Ted and Adam in your ears.
Good night.
Good night and bye-bye.
Bye bye.
That was deep, dude. That was freaking deep.
Just go snails. These are gross.